To start. They start on the ground with P-Rod. And he'll be knocked down sideways at the 8-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. Play action for P-Rod. Now Cousins. Josh Doxson's got it complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. 23 yards on the play. A toss play. Here's P-Rod. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for second down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. They are in the second quarter down in Miami. It's the Lions that have grabbed the early lead. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. Cousins now on second down. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives them a new set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
So 2nd and 9, the defense looking to put them in a bad spot here. They go play action. Cousins completes it right side to Doxson. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence. A first down throw for Cousins. And
his throw's going to be incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Josh Doxson, and that'll bring up second down.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. Setting up the screen to Pirine. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And out now come the Cowboys. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. 2nd down, Prescott. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Prescott now. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
Now that was well defended. And as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Final play of the half. Prescott being chased out left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete. So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Redskins who have the lead here. As we send you on over to Orlando, where we'll check in with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Larry, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
It's Pirine to begin the drive. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. Cousins gives this to Pirine. And now running right through it. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So second down was a run play. Now let's see what they do on 3rd. Now Cousins. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he goes out right around the 39. And give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. They'll run it here with Pirine. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Here we go with 2nd and 7. Now Cousins here on the bootleg. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
The Redskins on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped. But I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
The Redskins on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Working out of the gun, Cousins. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. back to it after the pick six. Cousins. And he'll go out of bounds across the 35-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
I know they don't like to hear it when they get to a certain age, but then you have to start to use your skills, your wiles, right, your mind to beat guys to the football. And getting your toes tapped in bounds definitely qualifies as that, doesn't it?
The veteran showing he still has the agility. Now Pirine. And he's got room. Still fighting. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Not a lot of dance steps in that run. That's much more like being that bowling ball, just going down and scattering some pins, breaking through contact, breaking through tackles, and he knows how to finish a run.
Now a carry for Pirine. And this time they were ready for him as he's taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Here's Cousins. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Stephen Paya with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. 3rd and long for Cousins. Able to shake him off. Looking deep downfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. A 2nd down throw for Prescott. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Checking the NFL scoreboard, they're in the 3rd at MetLife Stadium. And it's now a 2-touchdown advantage for the Bengals. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. On 3rd and 1, here's Prescott. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
On 3rd and 1, I think everyone in the stadium thought they'd try and run the football there, but they tried to surprise the defense and hit something through the air. Instead, it results in an incompletion.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So the D-line's going to spread out. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll find a little space. He gets this up near the 10. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Gets around him. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Second down, offense behind the sticks here. 2nd and 13. They'll try to throw now. Cousins under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Tyrone Crawford in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And he gets this one up just shy of the 35 to the 34. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. And they'll go with a ground attack here. Bulldozes past him. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Jamarcus Lawrence in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. On play action, Cousins. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down. They needed 15. They got 16 and a first down. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. And a hit this time to the tailback. Now P. is stripped of the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. A near turnover, but the offense recovers it. Now they'll try to regroup on 2nd. And they're going to go soft on the corners. Second down, Cousins keeps himself upright. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. And since they still have 10 yards to go, they'll just say, let's roll this over to 3rd down and decline it.
Let's just be honest about it. If you can't get them off the field on 3rd and 10, then something's wrong with your defense anyway. No sense in taking that penalty.
Another incompletion would certainly be ideal defensively. A big play now. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Cousins. Out to the left here to Reed. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
It's in the 4th quarter down in Miami. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Time starting to run out here in the 4th. This defense just trying to keep the offense off the board and preserve this potential victory. And now defensively they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. So this offense really needs to make something happen here late in the 4th with the football. A first down throw for Prescott. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Prescott urging his guys to go quickly. They need to get up and set. He'll look to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You're having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
Back to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Figuring they're going for it on fourth down. Remember, though, they do have all 3 timeouts, so even if they don't get it, all is not lost.
Yeah, normally in this situation, when you're talking about having to go for it, everything is in this play. But as you noted, with those 3 timeouts, they actually have a little bit of a safety net.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on fourth down. He's back to throw. He completes it to Bryant. And they'll get him to the ground, but he got all the way down to the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 20 that time. And the Cowboys are going to get a first down. Now Elliott. And down inside the 15 he goes. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. First down now, but that clock rolling. Again, it's Elliott. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. This is Elliott into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. It's a keeper with Prescott, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dak Prescott in the final minute, and the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. And now a critical extra point attempt here. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Now Cousins. On the catch, it's Crowder. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
No timeout. You got to go quick here.
Cousins to throw. Shakes off the sack. Airing one out for Crowder. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
A 4th quarter score from the Meadowlands. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And if they could hold on to that lead, it would be win number 4 on the season for them. And that is what you call a hit stick. Put down to the ground hard near the 34-yard line. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
They go to Elliott again. And a short gain down to about the 33. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. The give is to Elliott. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So it all comes down to the foot of Dan Bailey. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And Bailey missed it. It's no good. Wide to the left. It's in the 4th quarter down in Miami. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. If they hang on, that would up their win total to 5 on the season so far. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone.
And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Ryan Kerrigan in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And his throw here's incomplete. Des Bryant, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face, good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. The Cowboys on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Now Prescott. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Zach Brown. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Not much happening there on first down.
Thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
In motion, the tight end Reed. And they'll run it here. Oh, he bowls over him. And they do get him down, but not before he reaches the 4-yard line. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. They come out here in the eye. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for Washington, they fall a game under 500 now at 3 up and 4 down. And they'll return home next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they dipped to 2 and 5 now with the loss. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as